Hello? Now? That sounds like a horrible idea. Because it's windy as hell and pissing down with rain. Let me see. If you really want to. Alright, see you in a bit.
I'm here picking up Dan. The weather looks horrible, so that seems like a great time to go take photos. Let me go see if one of the local harbors is just kicking off. Come on, Dan! This is the second place we've tried. Wildly underwhelming. All week, there's just been like, stay indoors, no one leave the house. Death storm on its way. We were thinking,
I reckon I could swim in that.
yeah, I mean, I could. I've surfed in worse than that. 60-mile-an-hour winds, and that's what we've got. That road's slightly flooded. Epic.
2 days later. Morning.
Imagine if we had like proper snow, like about that much snow on the roads, and no one knows what to do. Everyone's like, I'm in to pick something up here. Yeah, they're to go in the van for photos, to take photos of, not them, they're props. Where's the keys? I feel like I'm always looking for my keys. There they are, in my pocket. Didn't work. Try again, Dylan, and we're open. Product and props for photos. That's what that is. I'm working as a creator for so long, and I've always worked in bigger teams. I've worked brand side creating internal stuff, and I've worked for agencies where you have like marketing, copywriters, art directors, photographer, a big team of people. It's just me at the minute. Seems like a legit place to leave the van. I have a meeting with another one of my clients. Try to organize pickups and meetings, all those little bits and pieces all in one day so that I don't spread them throughout the week. My goodness. Oh, it's just snowing. Meeting done. I used to be very bad at the beginning. I used to organize like meetings on different days, and it used to screw me time-wise. So I try to do them all now in just one day. We do not get great snow in Northern Ireland. It's just damp, wet sleet. Horrible. You know, I watch friends of mine in Canada and they're like, oh, scraping this amazing snow off my roof. One always says to me, snow's really soft and powdery. For years, so I've never snowboarded because for years, all I thought snow was the shit that we get in this country. And I was like, yuck. I don't mind surfing because I know I'm getting wet, but I'm not wearing clothes to then end up getting wet. And then everyone's like, it's not like that. I never experienced it until I went to Truckee in like a California, Nevada border, California. Anyway, a place called Truckee for a friend's wedding in the middle of winter. And I was like, oh, this is what snow's like when it's not soaking wet. Just stopped to take a few photos of something that I need, and then we'll be moving. Parked, oh shit, didn't pay for parking. I'll be alright. I'll do it on the app. This is one of my favorite alleyways in Belfast. If you ever need graffiti shots, because just for backgrounds, the graffiti has changed a lot, like very often, and you can just come in and get like close-up colors and block bits and things like that, you know? The only problem with shooting graffiti is you have to make sure you don't get people's tags in and make sure you don't get like profanities and stuff, but it's the perfect place to get block colors. Jesus Christ. I had a quick coffee meeting there as well. It's alright because I needed to chat to someone about a job we're doing at the end of the month. Gotta get more things. Everything's dropped off back to the studio. But yeah, I used to do all that stuff and to stick everything across multiple days at the very beginning. French lift, which makes no sense. It's early days and I was trying to get business. And your time's a kind of a weird thing because you suddenly are in control of it and time becomes quite important and it very quickly disappears. And that's when you need to learn to manage that time a lot better. Anyway, I learned that lesson kind of quickly. Like even like the first year, I was trying to grab at anything, and I ended up just booking things in throughout the week. And before you know it, like a 1 hour meeting turns into half a day. Because you've got to get there, park, find a place, go do it. The meeting, it normally goes over. Then you're like, oh, I'm here now, I might as well go get this thing and I'll get a coffee. And you're only sitting down at the computer at lunchtime. Now, it's been like 15 years I've been working as an art director and a photographer. And then more recently, I've been doing a lot more video work and then just little bits of design every now and then. Working brand side is quite interesting because one common goal everyone's working towards that. And when you work to agency side, you're working with multiple different clients, different directions, different tones of voice, different brands, colors, visions, everything changes a lot. Going from brand side to agency side for me was client service people who, to be honest, drive me insane as a creative. But someone has to manage that. Someone has to speak to the client, liaise with the client, manage the creative, manage all different projects and effectively distribute, make sure that stuff's being done. As a proud creative, a lot of us are really like, you get kind of irritated, you know. There's a lot of micromanaging happening, and there is a wild amount of micromanaging happening. But to be honest, sometimes you need that. And that was something that I learned the hard way coming into working for myself, because it was suddenly up to me to chase people, to meet people, to organize work, to shoot work, to plan shoots, organize gear, to organize like other crew members, extras, locations sometimes, and all of that stuff. There's a hell of a lot to organize. But one key thing that I always forget to do is to schedule in edit days. That sounds so stupid. When I was working in agency life, you would be given a day to shoot. You'd be like, right, this is your shoot day with the clients coming in. We're gonna have a briefing meeting on this day. We're gonna shoot, and then you're booked into edit days for like 3 days, right? And then something would come up and I'd be like, do you want me to help do that? And people would be like, no, it's fine, you're editing. And I'm like, no, I mean like, I can help do that. And they're like, no, it's cool, like you're okay to just edit, we'll find someone else. And then they'll like hum and ha and fuss about me being me. I'm like always willing to help. I'll be like, look, I'll do it, I'll help. So then I reach in, we design a little thing and we write, or we take some photographs. It takes again a couple hours, maybe it's done. Then I go back to editing. Problem is, when you work for yourself, you have to be so disciplined with that thing, because I forget to book the edit days in. So I'll be like, oh yeah, I'll shoot that. Let's shoot that 2 weeks from now, Tuesday. Now, what I should have been doing and what I'm trying to do now is book the shooting for the Tuesday and then block book the next 2 days to edit. But I didn't do that. And do it, like when you book in the shoot day, book in the edit days. Whether that's the 2 successive days after the shoot or if it's the week afterwards, but friggin' write it in a calendar. Just write it down, because you'll forget. You'll fill up the rest of that week. You'll fill up the week after that. Remember that everybody's stuff is urgent, so people will pressure you to shoot something or come to this. And sometimes it is time sensitive to get the stuff shot. And sometimes the edit isn't time sensitive. So you just have to be able to learn to manage that. But by doing that and being disciplined with that, not only are you actually applying time to do it, you're able to then schedule in an expectation for your client. You're also able to schedule an expectation for yourself and for your own mental health. It's good because, oh my God, the amount of times I have like fully booked up 2 weeks and I've been like, holy shit, when the fuck am I supposed to edit that video? Like, I booked myself in to shoot this, then the next day I have a meeting, and then I have to go and pick this thing up, and then the day after that I'm on another shoot, and then I'm on another shoot. What idiot booked all these shoots in with no time to edit? This idiot, this guy, the dude who knew he had to edit in the first place, but decided, I'll not book the edit days in. And it's just this, it's like, when you move from creating your own content to client work, it's really, really important, because your own content, you fit in around your life. You sit in front of TV, edit for a bit, you edit at the dining room table, you edit on the train. But when you're dealing with client work, you have to remember to be disciplined with that. Anyway, yeah, that's just something for me that was really important that I didn't think about or consider when I started going out on my own, and something I wish someone had just told me at the beginning. So I just want to share that with you. I've been out on my own this is the 3rd year out on my own, and the first year, it was insane. Little bits, just little things, you know? You book in little bits here and there, and before you know it, you've lost an entire week. And then you end up working in the evening or working on the weekend. The 2nd year, I kind of started to get around it. I started booking in bigger jobs over longer periods of time, but I still forgot the fundamentals of booking in an edit day. Like, how hard is that to remember? Seems to be very hard. So for the last 6 months, I've been making more of an active effort to use the calendar app on my phone properly. I mean, I'm like, oh, well, funny, I had something to remind me. Oh, I forgot about that. No, you didn't. You didn't put it in the calendar. You have a calendar. calendar in your pocket. All you got to do is when you go, shoot next Thursday, bang, plus 2 edit days. Otherwise, what you end up doing is those 2 edit days turn into 2 weeks of editing, and then the whole project drags, and that becomes mentally frustrating. Like, I normally have a 2-week turnaround on an edit after shooting, and that's just to accommodate for other shoots and things that are on anyway. So sometimes I'll book in the edits 2 days after the shoot, or I might not book in the edit for that shoot until like a week afterwards, but I book my edit days in now, and it makes such a difference. So I just wish someone had told me that when I went out on my own, because it was like, it seems like such an obvious thing when you say it, but no one ever told me that. And whenever I talk to other creatives, people are like, yeah, I did that as well. I'm like, why don't we tell each other that then at the beginning, instead of us all learning the hard way? Coming from an agency background, or you've worked for production houses, remember that there was someone there who used to organize that shit for you. And when you go to work by yourself, you are that person that has to organize that shit. So book in your edit days, manage your time better, and don't be a procrastinator. Because fuck I am, and it's a pain in the ass. I have to, oh, that screen went off. I always try to set up that thing so it looks cool in the background. And then forget about my screensaver. God damn it. Anyway, while I am actually talking about that, I actually have to go and edit some stuff now to send today. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one. This isn't my chair. I don't edit on a stool. So bangarang bass. Fucking knew he would start doing that the minute I shot this video. My studio is in this humongous old mill. I've moved offices from within the building to find quieter places, and he moved me away from all the live bands that play to literally next to a man who grinds stone on a wheel. So I'll be shooting a video or editing or just trying to sit in peace and quiet. And then today, to make matters worse, the woman on the other side has brought what sounds like every child in the neighborhood into her office to play games and do art while she works, like it's a friggin' creche. So I'm in here, and all I can hear is kids screaming. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? This is a studio. Do I get this guy for all this noise? It drives me mad.